Hello guys, so basically I've just applied about 20 minutes ago or 15 minutes ago the KVD Good Apple Skin Perfecting Foundation Balm, which is this one here. So it's a new foundation from KVD, and it's basically a vegan, obviously, brand, and I've just applied. This is again shade light 008, and that's basically, don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of a good shade match because it matches my undertone and it matches my neck pretty well, but it's a bit too light for me. I'll show you. So this is what it is like. It's quite big. It's 10 grams of product. Is as big as my cheek. And yeah, it's a balm, and I've applied it with the brush. Today is the first time I'm wearing it. I got a matte finish, I would say. Not a flat matte, but it's not radiant either, although obviously I've got natural. I'm sitting next to the window, so I've got so the reflection that I've got is only because of the natural light. Is not really because of the foundation, because I've applied bronzer, and a lot of bronzer actually, the Kosas bronzer, because I was looking dead, because this shade is really light for me. It's like maybe a shade or two lighter than my usual, but the undertone is spot on because it's a light olive. It's for like fair skin with olive undertone, and I do have some green around here, around in my neck. Anyway, I don't know, this light might not be reflecting the truth. You know, the camera doesn't always pick up the best tones or, you know, undertones. I'll keep it on all day and test it in the next few days. Today I wore it without anything. I didn't put anything on my skin, not even a moisturizer, to be honest, because I forgot. My pores so far, you know, look, they don't look too bad. Here I didn't build it up because it's quite full coverage on the first pass or layer. But I would expect, you know, if you have mature skin, you know, like mine, or even more mature than mine, like if you are older than me, and maybe you have a bit more, you know, wrinkles, then I think this would probably set into the wrinkles. So now we are about at the 7 hours mark, more or less, and this foundation still looks pretty good. Don't know if you can see it. It got a bit more shiny maybe, you know, on my forehead and nose, where I normally get shiny anyway, because I've got combination skin with an oily T-zone, except for not on my chin, but mainly getting shiny, oily on my forehead and nose. But everywhere else didn't get shiny at all. So it kind of still looks the same. The only thing I have noticed is it accentuate my fine lines a bit. Not extremely, but I kind of noticed that, you know, compared to other, I don't know, foundations I've got, like the Madara, I don't get that with the Madara foundation. So if you have normal combination dry skin, it definitely could work. It doesn't even need to be powdered on my skin, but the bronzer and blush went, you know, blended pretty well on this foundation, and I'm not seeing any transfer that much on my, you know, I've pressed here, you know, I'm pressing where I haven't got, let's try and press on my forehead and see. Not really, not that much transfer I can see. So today I've just finished applying the foundation by KVD Vegan Beauty, and I've just put bronzer. I've used the Kosas bronzer in light, shade light, and then I've basically put blush mixing these two, bottom shades of the hourglass, what's it called, ambient light in edit sculpture. Sorry, this is very reflective. I'm going to probably put some highlighter, and I guess it's probably gonna be the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude Glow. So basically under the foundation today I had I applied, basically I cleansed and then I applied micellar water by Madara with hyaluronic acid, and then I just sprayed an essence by Fit Glow, the Day Essence by Fit Glow Beauty, and I didn't apply any moisturizer just because I'm a bit scared that it might get a bit too oily, this foundation, throughout the day, so I didn't put any moisturizers really. So this is how my skin is looking at the moment, which I think is looking pretty good. Hi guys, so it's evening time and I've had this foundation on for about 10 hours, I would say 9-10 hours now, and basically it's become a bit more shiny around my forehead, and I've lost some where I've was wearing my mask, so that's to be expected really. So it has rubbed off here because I mean this foundation is not really transfer resistant. It has kind of creased a little bit in my big smile lines, and I've lost a bit on my chin too. So I'm just checking my mirror. That's why I was looking, if I'm not looking in the camera, it means that it's because I'm checking my face into this mirror. So yeah, I think other than getting a bit shiny, on my forehead and my nose, and losing, coverage on my nose and chin, because I was wearing a mask mainly. I wasn't wearing it for too long, it's just like about 10 minutes maybe. He held up pretty well, and I must say that this really, all the products that you put on top, like blush, bronzer, highlight, they just blend really well. I've never powdered this foundation in the 3 days that I've been wearing it. This is my 3rd day. So I really like the fact that it's it's like lightweight, doesn't have to be powdered if you don't want to powder it. I really like this foundation, very full coverage, and it's lightweight, so I don't feel like, I forget that I'm wearing a foundation, even though it's quite full coverage, and has a semi-matte or soft matte kind of finish, because it's not flat matte. And yeah, it's kind of, apart from settling down into my lines, the smile lines, it doesn't really look bad everywhere else. Is this my holy grail foundation? No. The Madara is still my holy grail foundation so far. It's gonna be very hard for any other foundation to be as good as the Madara, so I don't think, I just like to try new foundations, but I could just stick with the Madara, to be honest, if I wasn't, foundation junkie sort of person. But I just like to try new things, new foundations that come on the market. Even like concealers, to be honest, foundations and concealers are my favorite makeup product. So whenever there is a new thing on the market that I'm interested in, that has okay ingredients, then you know, they are not too bad, harmful, toxic, then I like to try those. So yeah, I approve this foundation. It's just not really my favorite, but I'm definitely gonna keep you know, wearing it. The only thing is that I've noticed that at least the 100% pure primer didn't work well with this foundation. I think this foundation works best with the less you put underneath it, the best results you can get from this foundation. And also in terms of shades, there are loads of shades. I think there are like 40 shades. And the shade range looks pretty good. The only thing is that these, you know, I think all the shades, they run pretty light. So if you think you are a shade, then go one shade up, because you know, the one that I got, it's really, really light. Swatches here. Don't know if you can see this. So the top one is the KVD Beauty light 008 shade, and the one underneath is the new Tarte ultra creamy Shape Tape concealer in 27 Sand, I think it is. Just to add that this foundation doesn't have any smell, and it doesn't really emphasize the pores on my nose, so it's not creating that awful polka dot type of effect that I really, really hate. So that's really good that this foundation doesn't do that. Hey guys, so today I've basically, this is I think my 4th day of wearing this KVD Beauty vegan beauty foundation, and I didn't set it. I've never set it, to be honest, with powder. I just put bronzer everywhere, just to make the shade work for me, because it's just too light, as I've mentioned before. But what I did is I just you know, used the setting spray when I finish my makeup, just to make everything look a bit, you know, a bit less matte and powdery. But yeah, candle is still, you know, settling in this big smile line, and here as well. So I definitely recommend using a setting spray if you don't want to powder this foundation. I haven't tried to powder it, but I have a feeling if you powder it, it might be a bit cakey. So I avoided doing that, and instead I used the setting spray to make things a bit more blended and flawless. So that's it from me, and thanks for you know, your time spent watching this video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.